Hooray. We're going to defeat AIPAC. This is the week. These are the days. Today's the day. Today's the day. 6, 7 days away from the election of Kat Abighazali. Well, she gets the primary, which this year, 2026, you win the primary, you win the election. This is Democrats, you know, it's a softball to knock this Epstein class out of the park. So it's time to do it. It's time to help Kat Abighazali win. Vote and promote. Okay, not everybody can vote, but everybody can promote. So that's the secret. We're going to destroy AIPAC this week, today, by supporting Kat Abighazali and helping be part of. The bigger the landslide, the faster we destroy them. That's kind of how it works. The bigger her victory is, the more precipitously AIPAC crumbles, collapses. And that's not just that lobbying group collapses. It's like what that means, what that, I mean, they don't go away, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll keep trying. But we just have to make sure they keep failing. You know, we have to take the power away from them by making sure that they're always wasting their money. And Kat Abighazali is going to be the first and clearest example of that. And again, the bigger we can make the landslide, then the clearer it is. So, vote and promote. We have 6 or 7 days. It's 6 or 7 days out from her actual election. And people can vote now. Early voting has been open, but people can vote today. So, again, there's only so many people who can vote, but we can all promote. So if we promote enough to get anybody to vote, and there's, more targeted ways to do that. You can join the phone bank and call the actual voters and ask them directly to go vote for her. Like, I think I might do that myself. I can't do that in the middle of the night, though. In the middle of the night, I can tell other people about doing that. I can tell other people about voting early. You got to vote early so they don't Tallarico her like they Tallarico Jasmine Crockett. I don't even know the name of the guy she's going up against. But, that's what they're going to try to do. If anything, I mean, with this many days left, the other candidate might drop out and try to throw her support to the other AIPAC guy. So we've got to get the most support for Kat to defeat AIPAC, because this is the week we can defeat AIPAC. So let's do it. All the support we can get for Kat. And how do we do it? Engaging with her content. I've been doing some of that myself, reposting some of her stuff with my commentary. But just leaving comments, making your own content about it, learning about her yourself. I mean, a lot of people don't really know Kat Abighazali. Some people pretend not to know her, which again is a sign that she's the real deal when people have to pretend not to know her. And so just, becoming familiar in the first place is one thing to do. Okay. So, are you familiar with Kat Abighazali? Did you already know about Kat before you came to the live? Did you know about her from the last live? Were you here an hour ago when we were doing this previously? Sorry. Sorry for my distasteful face. I just have some cat stuff to do. The cat fur kind of gets to me. Anyway. This is the week. This is where we can really do something. And the odds of my being able to contribute, as much as I'm interested in it, as much as I believe in it, are pretty low because of the effectiveness of YouTube and YouTube censorship. But, hello. We're just talking about stopping AIPAC. But I feel like I feel like that's probably a mistake to put that in the title and to even focus on it so much. But who knows? Who knows how that works? It might be this. I might be reading too much into it because it's probably pretty normal so far. I mean, not normal, but the way YouTube normally is. I can't say that's normal. Hello. We're talking about ending AIPAC this week, like defeating AIPAC, giving AIPAC a really big defeat by electing Kat Abighazali in Illinois' 9th District in America. So, hopefully find some people who are already familiar with Kat, but if not, I'll tell you what I know about her. Hello, Eve. Hello, Jedi. Okay. I remember Jedi was LARPing as a Democrat previously. Am I right? Hello, Eve. If you guys want to help promote Kat Abighazali, that's hello, tennis ball bird. If you guys want to help promote Kat Abighazali, that's how we're going to defeat AIPAC. AIPAC has spent $2-3 million. I know it's at least $2 million on trying to defeat Kat Abighazali. So you know AIPAC's afraid of her. This is to defeat her in the Democratic primary. They've spent over $2 million in fake attack ads. You know, attack ads that are claiming fake stuff against her. Oh, let's find out about Jedi real quick. Hold on a second. When have I been against... This is Jedi. He says, when have I been against the Democrats? I've never supported Republican single time in my entire life. Okay, so you're claiming to support the Democrats, which I appreciate. Good job. That's a much better... Even if you're faking it, it's better to LARP that than something else. But do you know who Kat Abighazali is? Have you heard... Are you already supporting Kat Abighazali? Thanks for the reactions and comments, by the way, everyone. Thanks for being here. She is... Like, do you already watch Kat Abighazali content? I'm trying to go ahead and connect with people who already know what I'm talking about. It's difficult on YouTube. It's kind of like defying the entire structure of net and YouTube. But, you know, I like a challenge. And the net and YouTube structure deserves to be challenged. Jedi says, yes, I know about her from you and different sources. To be honest, I don't enough much about the specifics of the race, so I don't really have support for a certain person. She seems cool though. She was on Majority Report too. I love Majority Report. See, tell me about that. What do you remember from the Majority Report thing? Because I didn't see it, so I just want to know what you remember as highlights from the Majority Report. Because I don't watch Majority Report. But I'm starting to get a clearer picture of your perspective. So thanks for telling me about it. So you saw our Majority Report. That's good. That's good. That was just today, wasn't it? Today or yesterday? They are in support of her, but to be honest, I didn't watch really any of the video, so I can't say you sorry. Okay, but you know she was on there. Yeah, I mean, that's good. You confirmed that we're talking about the same person. Kat Abighazali. I just saw she went on. I didn't get to see the video. Yeah, I understand. You know that she was on there. I saw that she was on there too because she made a video. But yeah, this is a cat purring. Sorry. I saw the video where she said she was going to be on there, but I don't watch Majority Report, so I didn't see it. So yeah, it's cat purring. I guess I could try to show you the cat, but you can hear it anyway. Okay, hell yeah, show the cat. Okay, well, I'll try Purple Penguin. Hold on a second. She's kind of... an interesting cat. There she is. If she looks at the camera, it's really freaking cool. She's got the coolest eyes you've ever seen. But she won't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she likes the camera that much. Wow. Yeah, is she beautiful? Yeah, she's beautiful. She's a very beautiful cat. She's an all black cat. Hold on, let me see if I can get her to look at the camera. She's a little. I don't know what it is. Let's see if she looks at it. She looks cool when she looks at the camera. You can't really see. She's got really crazy eyes. Hello, Australia. Oh my gosh, she's got fur. The fur is everywhere. Hello, Australia. I'm in America. But I like Australia because they call Australia Oz. And Oz is part of my tradition, my origin story. Thanks. Left is best. Sam Cedar? I haven't seen that yet. I have to look it up. Oh man, that reminds me. So the primary is what really matters this year, 2026. The primary is very important because whoever wins the Democratic primary wins the election. Like, this is it. Like, we're throwing fucking Republicans out for real. So that's why they put so much emphasis in trying to Tallarico, Jasmine Crockett, or trying to, APAC up any other actual good candidates, like they're doing to Kat Abighazali. So we've got to help promote Kat so she wins in a big way, and so they can't Tallarico her. Georgia's looking good at the moment. Is that what the GA is? GA is for Georgia is looking good at the moment? Or what's GA? Sorry. Here in America, it's Georgia. But I noticed you just said you were from Australia. Also, I know we disagree about certain topic, but I still wanted to say I'm sorry to see you get swatted. That's terrible. And it's not that bad. Dude, it's Colorado, dude. The cops in Colorado, it's not like other... I mean, I'm not saying all cops in Colorado were great or something, but the cops in Colorado aren't really kind of like other cops. Or for one, they can't arrest you for weed. Also, I know we disagree about certain topic, but I still wanted to say, you mean Tallarico? I still wanted to say I'm sorry to see you get swatted. That's terrible. Thank you for your sympathy, though. It wasn't that bad. Thankfully for me, it wasn't that bad. I'm sorry to see you got swatted. That's terrible. You got to not have your address in any of your content. It's scary what people do. Oh, dude, these trolls have been doing... It's not about my address. They just have my... I mean, I have my name on books and stuff I write. That's not... my name is not a secret. But they call the fucking FBI and the FBI, sorry. They call the FBI and the cops. I was born in America. Been here 12 years. Wow. What part of America were you from? Were you a kid when you moved? Or do you remember America pretty well? So, supporting... I mean, I think we should support Jasmine Crockett, too. I think the main plan for Jasmine Crockett should be to run for president. I was 34 when I escaped. That's cool. Then apparently you must like Australia pretty good. I feel like we can fix America. Like, once we fix the USA, it'll be a lot better, not just for us, but for everybody. So, looking forward to that. In fact, we should be a part... I think we should all be a part of it. America is cooked, mate. Well, I mean, it depends on what you call America. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump is. Donica Putinsky's done for. But I mean, his time has been long overdue. So that's good. I think there could be a lot of America after um, Don Pensy, or maybe not. You know, this could be the end of it too. Like I totally can see that possibility. I'm from a place in Canada very close to Detroit. Does that mean you just go to Detroit sometimes? Detroit seems cool. I've never been there, I don't think. Well, no. I used to go there some when I was a little baby, but I was too little to know about it. Yes, I used to. Okay. So let's talk about Cat for a second, right? If you're close to Detroit, that's Michigan. That's not. Are you close to Chicago? Like, how far are you from Chicago? Great concert life. I got to see Death Grips, Danny Brown. It was hype. That's cool. I've gotten to see some good concerts, but I don't know who they are. Hot tub time. Can't wait. Your mama waiting. Your picture looks like it was a high-powered edible. That guy. Like it ate a high-powered edible. Slugbug says, I got one hand jam going on, playing with one hand, thinking about your mama gonna make a mess. That's nice of you. Okay, so here's the thing. Jasmine Crockett running for president to pay him back for Bernie, for cheating Bernie out of primary, and for cheating her out of primary. Like, that's some bullshit. Not just that that's the reason she should run for president, but she should run for president anyway. But I'm saying running for president right now, like announcing the run for president right now. That's one thing I really do want to focus on that I've kind of lost focus on, because an active campaign is Kat Abou-Ghazaleh. If Kat Abou-Ghazaleh wins this week, you know, if she wins, dude, it kind of destroys AIPAC. Like, it really kind of blows up their grip on America in a lot of ways, because, well, she's awesome, but she's going to inspire other people to do the same, and they're not going to be able to waste millions of dollars on all these races for much longer. So that's the goal. Elect Kat Abou-Ghazaleh, which we do by talking about it. I assume most of us don't live in that area, can't vote for her, but we can all talk about it. You want AOC to be president. See, that's fine. I like AOC for president. It does kind of seem like they're going to run AOC for president, which is great. I think that'd be great. I like Jasmine Crockett for president. And I like, what's his name, Mark Kelly for president. I think he seems cool too. But I don't know that much about him, but I think there's a lot of reasons why he'd be a really good candidate. But I really like Jasmine Crockett for president, or AOC. I've always said that. I've said that for years. Jasmine Crockett and AOC for president, and then either of them for the other's vice president, honestly. Just go ahead and make it what it is. I don't think Mamdani can run for president. I think Mamdani might be a naturalized citizen. Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. Thanks, Annetta. Hello, Jesse. Nice to meet you. Do you know Jasmine Crockett? I'm sure you know Jasmine Crockett, but I was thinking about Jasmine Crockett instead. Do you know Jasmine Crockett while we're talking about it? Jesse, do you know Jasmine Crockett? Do you know Kat Abou-Ghazaleh? I'm mostly talking about Kat Abou-Ghazaleh right now, although I feel like it's kind of a really good time to be talking about Jasmine Crockett to get her to run for president. Okay, Jedi says, I've also said AOC for years, and I'm only 22. I mean, I think it's just like a sense you have, like an intuition you have. Mamdani unfortunately cannot run due to bullshit, but he is awesome. Yeah, he's doing great as a mayor in New York. That's a powerful and well-deserved, and he's doing a good job there too. Hi, hon. Hello, Jesse. Do you know Kat Abou-Ghazaleh, running for 9th District Congresswoman in Illinois? But AIPAC has spent millions of dollars to try to defeat her. Like, come on. You know that she's going to be good. And then, you know Jasmine Crockett, right? I think she should run for president. The Axis of Epstein. Oh, dude, that's pretty good. Oh, it's credential commentary. This guy's got good commentary. He knows how to comment. What's your deal, credential commentary, if you don't mind my asking? Like, I appreciate your credential commentary, but can you tell us anything about yourself personally that you feel comfortable sharing? Are you a tea or coffee drinker? I'm gonna bias the um question. New York is big to differ on mon dummy. Mom done. He said mon dummy. He said mon dummy. X Crisis is here and says, honestly, the axis of Epstein. Honestly, I'm kind of curious to see what happens if third party steps in just for one term. Are you talking about third party presidential candidate? With all this talk of the two main players, I'm the political pool game. But I suppose that's wishful thinking. I don't, I think the parties are okay. Like the thing about a third party is if you have multiple parties, I can totally see multiple parties being a cool and good thing to do or whatever. Um, like surely it would benefit to have more parties represent more interests and more perspectives and stuff. Sure. But if we had multiple parties right now, and still one of those parties was the MAGA Nazi Trump party, you would need the multiple parties to band together to defeat. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, we could look at the Democratic Party as the party that can do that. And then if it needs to split up after that job is done, that'd be kind of cool too. You get multiple parties that way, especially if it gets so big. If MAGA and the Trump party shrinks down, and then the Democratic Party gets massive. I mean, it's already bigger, but you know what I'm saying. If it gets like super massive and it just has to split up in different ways. I have what I call the peace pipe party, which is just peace and nature, Um, I'm a British-born Tunisian. Oh, that's cool. Credential comment says, I'm a British-born Tunisian. So that means you were born in Britain and you're currently in Britain too? Or you're British-born and now you're in Tunisia? Okay. I'm an active duty military, by the way, X Crisis. Well, thank you for your service, X Crisis. And you might want to get out of the military. You might want to become inactive duty as soon as possible, like by any means necessary. I don't know your particular situation, but that would be my general advice to anybody who is going to be in the military is don't and get out now. Like even if like going AWOL makes you go to jail, like I think Americans will look more fondly upon you as like, hey, you were a hero who didn't participate in the Trump stuff because you really don't want to be part of it. It's bad news. Coffee and Red Bull, but also thank you for your service. I don't mean to disrespect what you are doing, and hopefully you can avoid all of that. Is kind of what I'm mostly saying. Avoid all that stuff. Do not get involved with while Trump is in command. And hopefully that won't be very much longer. Okay, hold on. Let's get through the comments. Coffee and Red Bull. Jeff Henson pretending to be American. Oh, dude, a lot of them are gonna. Jesse said between. Trough. Imagine ranked choice voting in America. That would be crazy. I mean, you can just do it, right? We have 12 parties. What country are you, Vendetta? Gracie says, hell yeah, dude. Mr. X says, to defeat majority, right? Yes, I live in London, but my parents are Tunisian. Oh, okay, cool. I see what you're saying. You're Tunisian, but you're British. That's cool. Mr. X says, by the way, are you throw out your dog already not to offend what? No. I don't even know. I didn't even know that those things would offend Muslims. So sorry. I mean, don't mean any offense to Muslims. Oh, you're in Belgium. Okay, cool. Yeah. To me, the famous Belgian is Poirot, the detective character, which is probably not. I think it's complimentary because I think he's really cool, but that's such a stereotype or character that um, I feel bad that that's what I think of when I think of Belgium. But I'm an American. We don't know about country. They don't tell us anything about countries unless we're bombing them, and then we don't really get to know much either. It's just they talk about those countries for a little while around the time that they're going to bomb them. Oh, oh, I'm sorry you had a bad day, Jesse. Let's have a better day. We're excited because APAC is going down. Like Kat Abighazali is this great candidate who APAC has spent millions of dollars trying to defeat her, and they're going to lose. Like she's going to win, but it's still kind of like a, it's the kind of thing you'd make a movie about. Like, she's coming up from behind, and then the other candidates fall. There's three candidates, and the other candidate's falling behind, but then she'll probably drop out, and then her support will go to this dude, and so Kat's going to have to even, a bigger hurdle to climb. That's my intuition at the moment. Somebody said Jeff Hinson, you're a loser, comrade. What's Jeff Hinson doing? I didn't notice him. I'm sorry. Vendetta says we have 3 official languages. I heard America doesn't have an official language. We don't. And we don't need an official language. Having an official language would be a bad thing for America. The Hercule is famous because he's a character, right? We love him. I mean, I loved his stuff. I thought he was great. But I don't know much about Belgium. I do know that when somebody mentioned recently that our problem was we had a 2-party system, I was like, no, our problem is one of our parties is Nazi. Like, I don't know how many parties they have in Germany, but if they have the AFD, which is to me a Nazi party, they're supposed to not have that. They're supposed to have like laws against that stuff. I don't see understand how they can get away with it. It's like they have laws against the extreme types of Nazism. So they have this Nazism that's not that extreme. It's like that's not good. Not that having laws against it is the only way not to have it, but like, what the hell? And we have no room to talk. We've got one in the White House. Or at least I've heard so recent. What did you hear recent? It might have cut your comment, dude. Hold on, let me just read your comment this way. YouTube has been blocking a lot of comments lately. Yes, unfortunately, Trump made English the official language. Or at least I've heard so recently. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Like, do you understand? Vendetta Kia, you surely understand where I'm going with this, right? Because they were censoring your comments last time. I'm from America Samoa. What makes Trump a Nazi? Kind of disconnected from American politics. Well, hopefully you won't even have to worry about catching up on it other than, for the history books. It's weird they only have left or right parties. Well, we don't even have a left party. We have a right party, we have a centrist party, and the centrist party has some progressives who have managed to take hold. So we don't have a left party. But we're going to turn the Democrats into a left party, or have another party, I guess. Again, I call it the Peace Pipe Party. But hold on, dude. Let's just rewind for a second to that censorship. Because remember, what they censor is what they're afraid of, right? What they censor is what gets them. So let's get them. Let's track down this thing they censored. Hold on, I'm going to move this talk. Nobody cares about that. Okay. I'm sorry you had a bad day, Jesse. I hope you have a better day soon. There was something in the censorship. It was when Jedi said, according to the chat, as far as everyone can tell, the last comment Jedi made was, imagine ranked choice voting in America. That would be crazy. Then no comments. No comments appear. No potentially approvable censored comments, because that's what usually happens. Comments show up and they're like censored, but I can approve them. But it shows me in the chat. No comments. And then or at least I've heard so recent. I'm like, what does or at least I've heard so recent apply to? So I clicked it, right? Remember Vendetta last time you were here? I had to look at your comments to see the comments that YouTube was hiding. So I did it for Jedi. And the comment that YouTube was hiding was this. Unfortunately, Trump made English the official language. Okay? Now, I don't think he did that. I think he may have made some type of order of that or whatever. It's not something that is real. But I know what you're talking about. Now, what I'm saying is it's crazy that YouTube had to filter and censor. Unfortunately, Trump made... What did they censor about that? Unfortunately, Trump made English the official language. Whether he succeeded in doing it or not, he did try to do it. So they couldn't have blocked that because of some really picky misinformation filter or something, right? That's not possible. The only reason they blocked that sentence, unfortunately Trump made, is because of unfortunately Trump. Simply because you made a sentence that had the vaguest criticism of Trump, because you said the words unfortunately Trump, YouTube blocked it. I'm sorry, am I the only one who thinks that's crazy? Am I the only one who thinks that's like absolutely Nazi as fuck? That they're that fucking sensitive? And that I had to catch them in it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, does anybody else get that? Thanks, Jesse. I'm sorry you're feeling bad. Hope you feel better. You're always very nice. I get censored because I speak the truth. I know. I hate that. Like, I get that too. I hate it, right? But right now we know exactly what they censored. They censored when you said, unfortunately, Trump. So they're just censoring to protect Trump's feelings or to protect people who like Trump from seeing that everybody hates him, right? Usually, remember I usually have 50 trolls in here trolling it up, talking MAGA bullshit. We don't even have them here right now. So there's hardly anybody for it even to offend. But then YouTube has to protect their poor sensibilities by saying, you can't say unfortunately Trump. You can't put those two words together. Oh man. They make me so mad. Their censorship is so fascist and stupid. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks, brother Mike. It actually was decent and friendly words. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was good words. There was nothing wrong with his words. His words criticized Trump, and so they censored them. Because this is a fucking bullshit Nazi platform. Like, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad y'all are here. Like, you know, I do my part, but of course I'm heavily suppressed. Most any video I have with any like ideas in it or whatever, you know, gets 0 views or like 5 views or something. So yeah, you get suppressed anything that you try to do that's any good, which is really stupid. But you can like code word it up and all this stuff, and at least all these TikTok people have learned how to do all this code word bullshit. So we can all talk about unalivings and pew pews and stuff like that. Can you say hi to my brother? Yeah, it's crazy what they censor. Yeah, well, it's also just, it really shows something. His comment, the whole reason they censored it was, unfortunately, Trump made English the official language, which I don't think he did, but he did try to or something. Why the hell did they censor that? Even if the person's wrong or lying or it's misinformation, they don't censor those things usually. So the only reason they had for censoring that sentence was, unfortunately, Trump. Because somebody said something that we're probably criticizing Trump here. They censored it. That's fucking crazy. Unfortunately, Trump. Yeah, hold on. I'm just going to pin the comment. Fuck Trump. I mean, you can say unfortunately Trump and it didn't censor it. What's cracking and popping? I don't know. Earlier the cat was purring. These tech types are always so left-wing. Who at YouTube wants to defend him? YouTube, dude? YouTube is totally fucking pro-Trump and net and YouTube and stuff. What do you mean? Netanyahu. Unfortunately, Trump, not censored. I call bullshit. Well, hold on. Try to type it in a sentence, though. You just typed, unfortunately, Trump. Period. It's really weird how naughty words have shifted in the last 40 years. Let's try to say as many naughty words as we can. Jesse Dude says popcorn, lol. Why the bad Slavic accent every day? Just when Russian trolls are in here. When trolls who are trolling for Russia, for Putin's agenda, for Trump and stuff, are in here, then I always make a bad Slavic accent. Like, here we go. Why the same bad Slavic accent every day? Same crap. Nazis, Trump, blah, 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 blah. All of this will mean absolutely nothing years from now. In your wheelchair. I don't know. Like, everything's as meaningful as people make it. Prod says, hold on, Prod was talking about fascists. He says, hello, Kartik. Welcome back. The fascists is when they kill people and stop everything that opposes them. Both parties do that. What? Both parties don't. When did Democrats do that? Democrats haven't done that. And they're, like, getting there. Like, who do you think Alex Preddy was? Free Iran. Thank you, Joseph. I apologize for... He's a traitor. He's a traitor to our country and to humanity in general. So he does not represent us. And the people who are with him do not represent America. I know that doesn't mean much, but... I'm sorry. Like... Oh, that person's a free Iran, but they have an Israel America strength emojis. I'm sorry, I totally misread your comment. Get fucked? I don't know. Whatever. Like, okay. Jedi says, from White House government site. Oh, let me read this. And we're going to stop doing the live pretty soon because this is a catastrophe. Everything's fine. From the White House government site. We're supposed to support Kat Abighazali. Okay, we're going to defeat AIPAC this week. Tell everybody, vote for Kat Abighazali. Just make some content, make some comments. Engage with Kat Abighazali's content. You can find her channel by typing Kat. Well, I can't promise that YouTube will let you find it. Just go to my channel. You'll see a girl on there. I've been making a lot of her videos, clipping a lot of her videos. Just go to her channel. Just click on those videos and click on her name on my video. From the White House government site, March 1st, 2025, March 1st, 2025, related fact sheet, President Donald J. Trump designates English as the official language of the United States. Yeah, but it doesn't make it so. He just said some shit, Like, his bullshit's all... That's what I was agreeing with you, that Trump did try to do that. He didn't succeed in doing it. Like, it's not a thing. Fuck Putin. Exactly. But they censored it. Just because, you did say fuck. So maybe that's why they censored it. That's their excuse. Dude, you said blessed IDF? That's gross. Suicide gun firearm got censored. But I'm saying these things got censored. When you said fuck Putin, it got censored in a way that I can just approve it, touch of a button. When David Bielski said suicide gun firearm, I can just approve it. I don't approve of that, but free speech, Charlie Kirk, all that shit. Glenn Sharp says no problem with Trump. Dude, you're the very interesting character. You like Trump, but you don't like Putin? Where are you from? I have never met one like you before. I've never met a Trump Putin. I call you all Trump Putineers. I can't call you a Trump Putineer. You're just like a Trump supporter. You just said fuck Putin. And then you also said you don't have a problem with Trump. That's great. That's your perspective. I really like to hear more about you because I've never met somebody like you before. I've met a lot of Trump supporters in this chat, and every single one of them is so far up fucking Putin's butt, you wouldn't believe it. So I've never met one like you. I don't get it. You please tell me more about yourself. I'm so curious. Glenn, please tell me about yourself, Glenn Sharp. Like, are you in America? Are you an American? That would already put you in the slimmest percentage of Trump supporters. You live in like Montana or something? You don't have to tell me, but I'm so curious. Anything you feel like telling me, how you can be a Trump supporter who actually doesn't even like Putin? That's amazing. It's a good it's a good development. I don't like Trump, but if you don't like Putin, I really have something strongly in common with you. I understand and respect your point of view, but for me the choice is clear. I have a greater desire to serve regardless of who's in office. We have our reasons. I took an oath. Dude, I just hope you survive it. Honestly, I hope you're in the type of field that doesn't get. They don't need you for Iran/World War III. Okay, Vendetta. This one just got barely censored. It didn't get bad censored the way, unfortunately, Trump made English the official language. Vendetta says all the Russian accents are like vampires. Yeah, I'm not probably the best at doing a Russian accent. I probably do sound like more like a vampire. Glenn says I look like a homosexual. Well, Glenn, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I like girls, and I don't think you're that type of Glenn. Free Iran from fascists. But Kartik Singh, aren't you in India? Like, dude, you have a fascist president yourself, like we do in America. We all need to stop. Josh is not Russian, Irish, and proud to be. Well, thanks. I'm proud of you being Irish as well. X Crisis says a soldier's life is never easy. Well, I just hope your life is continued and is as easy as can be. Okay, it's a lot of people trolling for Israel. That's kind of weird. I don't usually get that. I mean, I do get people like that, but I don't usually get people so specifically for Israel. It's kind of weird. Avedu says, Our Father in heaven, please bless everyone here and give them strength and wisdom to overcome obstacles and hardships. Heal them in your name and guide them to the path of righteousness and faith. Amen. Well, thank you, Avedu. That was very nice. I don't extend that personally to the Trumpers, because fuck them. But that was very nice of you too. TDS is horrible. If your money is printed in English, learn English. Dude, that's weird. Don't tell people what languages to learn. Like, it just gives some type of really weird vibe. Trump has awesome hair. No, he doesn't. And whose hair is that really? And how can you like Putin? Putin had a couple of his puppets kill another one of his puppets. So, Putin's puppets are also stupid. They don't realize that they're just... But, like, yeah, love Trump, fuck Putin. How do you love Trump? I don't understand. I understand people don't really believe that Putin is in control of Trump. Like, I don't think that's smart to not understand that. But Putin is always... I think you're just trying to confuse me, dude. I really don't think that you're a real person, that you really believe that. I can't do it. You like Trump and Israel, but you don't like Putin? Why don't you like... I mean, I'm not trying to talk you into liking Putin. Not liking Putin is great. I don't understand how you can still like Trump and Netanyahu if you don't like Putin. He's their master. I don't understand, dude. You're really... I really want to know where your perspective is on this. Bring back Sleepy and Giggles. Putin is a chicken boy lover. Putin has a lot of problems. X-Ray says, I appreciate your swear. I really do, brother. It means a lot. Dude, people do support the people in the military. But I do think right now, people's support for the people in the military is to try to get people, whatever way possible, to get out of the military. Because I mean, the responsible thing to do is for us to get Trump out of office. Impeach him and stuff. That's the most responsible thing to do. And that could be really soon. So that's what I most hope for, that you don't have to do anything, because other people who are responsible, that's their responsibility. Do their responsibility. But I also think the military. I think it should be talked about in the military. We might have to we should ask our generals, hey, are you gonna defy Trump if he gives you illegal orders, and are you gonna just go ahead and take him into custody? Like, I think the American people would much prefer a military coup, much prefer a military coup to any more Trump. So what would happen if y'all took over is you would just run the country very pragmatically, I believe. You wouldn't necessarily escalate a war. You would say, okay, this guy got us into a bad war that we want to de-escalate because we had to get rid of him for our own purposes, you know. We take him into custody, let him flee to Moscow, whatever the fuck it is, you know. But then you just run the country for a few years until we have another election, and I think everybody would be so like, you wouldn't be trying. Some militaries, when they take over, they're trying to stay in power. You wouldn't be trying to do that. You just be taking care of stuff, you know. And I think it would give people a different perspective on the government and say, well, remember the couple, kind of like the pandemic did, you know, remember those couple years when the military was running the government and things were kind of okay. Not that people would vote for the military again, but just that people would see that, hey, some of the political things weren't necessarily as important as just taking care of stuff. And that maybe even more things could be taken care of. Military might even give us universal health care while they're in power because, hell, it makes sense, you know? And military might just be more practical and pragmatic about stuff. Calling fascism nationalism is wrong. Fascism and nationalism are always very closely associated. Brain Sawyer says, yep, FBI incoming. We're going to call them the FBI. As long as they're still protecting the Epstein class, we're going to call them the FBI. Not when it's the fascism pipeline. Nazi nationalism leads to fascism. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, Jess is intelligent. Hold on, we've got an intelligent person in the chat. He goes, nationalism, then fascism. It's on the same page in the same book. Yeah, just like manosphere leads to fascism. It's like apparently hockey, leads to fascism now. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep ruining more things by funneling them into fascism. Not that manosphere was ever good. You know what I'm saying? Manosphere was always fascism. But like, hockey didn't used to be fascism until Trump fascism. It's just why you always have to resist everything Trump does. Nationalism close enough to fascism, it might as well be the same thing. Yeah, I mean, no, we are nationalists. It's not a good thing. He's a Indian nationalist, which it might have the potential to mean something different in India than it means in different countries. But if it means you support Modi, dude, we know he's a bad guy. Like, yeah, Modi's a bad guy, dude. Where does Modi stand on Putin's war in Ukraine and genocide of Ukraine? Where does Modi stand on the genocide in Gaza? Doesn't Modi trying to cause wars with Pakistan and stuff? Like, come on, dude. You got a Trump over there. Just like we have. I mean, I know because we have just as bad of a problem in America. I'm not saying he's not, but we know Modi's a bad guy because we know that he's a Putin plant. All the right wing are the same thing. There's not, it's all white supremacy, but of course Modi's not white, so it's Hindu supremacy or whatever. I hate Modi. I voted Trump. We have another one who hates Putin, but he likes Trump. I bet we have somebody who if they like Trump. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand you guys. Those guys are all on the same team. It's like saying, oh, I hate, Robin, but I love Batman, or I hate Batman, but I love Robin. Yeah, it's white supremacy. Modi isn't white. It's off-brand white supremacy, but it's still white supremacy. It's the same. I mean, Putin's above them all. You know? Like, who's above Putin? You think Modi's pulling Putin's string? You think Trump is pulling Putin's strings? Hell the fuck no. You think Netanyahu is pulling Putin's strings? No. Putin is pulling all their strings. But he's only, and he might, Putin, I say he's only attached to the right wing. Putin might be in control of some of the liberal or left wing politicians and leaders as well. But he's definitely in control of all the right wing ones, all the nationalist ones, which is, again, how you know nationalism is just, bleeds right into Nazism. Follow the pipeline is mean they call it alt-right pipelines or right-wing pipelines or Nazi pipelines, where because everybody should know that it's wrong to be a Nazi, if they suck you in by saying this is about looks maxing, then it doesn't seem they're not talking about being Nazis, but that just gets you one step into it, and then the next group gets you more into it, and then some of those people are going to be Nazis, and then they get you to a different group that's openly Nazi. You can be a liberal nationalist. Give us an example of a liberal nationalist, if you don't mind. No, it's just pretty much how it works, dude. Like, give me an example of a liberal nationalist, and give me an example of a right wing, nationalist who's not under Putin's sway. Give me one of those two examples. Onwalls, I appreciate you having a debate with me, but you're the one who says you can be a liberal nationalist. So name one. Name a liberal nationalist. Do that, please. You're supposed to have like a 2-word answer as to what a liberal nationalist is. No one's coming to mind. I've been asking you this question for 30 seconds now. No one has come to mind. Who's a liberal nationalist if you can be one? They don't have to be alive today. It could have ever happened. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't have evidence or truth behind what you're saying. So that means you're wrong. And it means that the opposite of what you're saying in this case is true. You can't be a liberal nationalist. It's not a thing. Do you see how that worked? Oh, it sounds like India's getting fucked up. What if they shot down Kartik's dad? Seriously, isn't your dad in the Indian Air Force? So anyway, you guys really shouldn't fuck around. Jess says, Onwalls, it means nationalism eventually falls into fascism. Read a damn history book on Italy pre-World War II or Germany pre-World War II. They started off as nationalists and turned into fascists. Yeah, and there's not an example of what he claimed to be as the opposite. It doesn't exist. Joseph Mazzini, who the fuck is that? Ain't nobody ever heard of no Joseph Mazzini. What country is he from? Oh, Giuseppe Mazzini. It translated your word. But where the fuck is he from? And what's the example of the right wing? What was the other thing I asked you for? A right wing guy who's not working under Putin. It's a lie by the Pakistan. We had no losses. Oh, well, good. I mean, I hope so. But maybe Pakistan shot down 6 of your planes and your country's lying to you, just like our country's lying to us about how many people Iran killed. It happens. And our country's lying to us about how many people Israel killed. That's, even worse. Like, it's like a million times worse. You guys are lying. Which one's lying? The one who says they shot down the pilots or the one who says they didn't shot down the pilots? It sounds like you're lying now. No, I'm just kidding. Which one's lying, though, for real? Clip said he saw the down jets. He saw the reporting. He saw the stock markets. But who won? India. I don't know. Why did the stocks of Dassault fall? I don't even know what Dassault is. That dude does sound like he's onto you. I wish I'd done a live pretty soon. So Jess says, it's rare, but there are examples of leftist nationalists, but they are like Soviet Russia and Napoleon and Mao. But I wouldn't call it good regardless of the side. Okay, so maybe I need to be a little more nuanced in the way I speak about that, because I think what you say might be true. I don't know I mean, I know that Mao was leftist, but I don't know about Napoleon and people in Soviet Russia. Even if it's true, it's just a little squabble, not an all-out war. Didn't they kill the leader? I mean, tit for tat, you know? I want to return the favor. They don't even have proof. I mean, if they return the favor, we would have to admit that, well, we did kill their leader, so fair is fair, right? All's fair in love and war, right? We have a phrase about that. Obviously, you haven't heard of it because you don't think liberal nationalism is even possible. Well, it just doesn't. It obviously doesn't stand out. I mean, Mao kind of stands out, but it's like, well, isn't China different? No, I don't mean it like that. China's just India ran for ceasefire because y'all were getting beat. If you call that a win. I'm glad that India and Pakistan are fighting in the chat. That's exciting. India is not losing to Pakistan in any way, shape, or form. I I bet they are. I mean, again, Modi's a fucking Nazi, so he should be fucking up, like all Nazis. I don't even know who runs Pakistan. Who runs Pakistan? Are they any good? Y'all invaded, lost jets, then cried for ceasefire. Oh yeah, that sounds like some Nazi shit to do. I wish Putin had just lost everything when he invaded Ukraine, and then could have ceasefired that years ago. Onwall says right-wing liberal Tommy Robinson. He's not a liberal. Right-wing liberal. What? Loves progressive views regarding liberalism in terms of almost everything other than immigration. Yeah, well, liking anything that Nazis like makes you a Nazi. You can be trying to recruit people who you agree with on everything else. You'd agreeing with Trump on anything makes you a Nazi. They're just fake of anything else. Okay. So you're conceding liberal nationalism is possible. I mean, the Mao thing kind of got me, but I don't know that it's liberal or even. Is it nationalist or is that just something about China? Because it's so old, such an old country. We declare a war on terrorism and Pakistan retaliates by supporting Pakistan. What? Is that like, are you trying to say it's like when I call people Nazis and certain people get mad? But see, now you're like using racist words against. I might just accidentally clicked that before. I wouldn't. Here, I guess I can hide it again to still. Well, who knows? I don't know if I could hide your racist comment or not, but I'm pretty sure you made a racist comment. So just don't make a racist comment. Like, you guys are at war, and I think it's funny that you're arguing in the chat, but when you make a racist comment, then it makes it seem like you're on the wrong side and your culture is bad and wrong. And, you know, in general, I know Modi's bad and wrong, but for all I know, I just asked earlier, I don't know who the leader of Pakistan is. The leader of Pakistan is also bad and wrong, and Putin's just playing them against each other. What was your example? Tommy Robinson? He's just a. I thought that was a racist comment. Not from you. The guy Clips, I thought, said something racist. Anyway, we're not doing anything to help Cat Abu Ghazali, which was the intention of the live. So I'm going to go sleep instead. But thank y'all for being here. I hope you have a great day. And we got to stop these fascists. So let's do that.